Hello, my name is Ignacio Garcia and I will introduce you to the work we have been doing for a couple of months. OpenLegacy and Google Cloud Apigee working together to create a complete digital journey. So we start with multiple backends and a lot of useful information. In this example, we will see different legacy backends, Oracle, mainframe, SAP, as well as some other cloud native or SaaS solution that might have developed or purchased. How can we expose this value? How can we provide good interface that doesn't reflect complexity that these systems might have? More important, how can we measure the impact of this initiative? In other words, we need an API strategy that focuses on consumption, an API product mindset. If we think about the customer, yes, our customer is a developer. In an API product mindset, it is key to imagine our desired developer journey. It doesn't matter if the developer is internal, partner, or external. They will always start with a great idea. The developer will look for information to get that idea as an app. They need to generate value of the data, but they don't want to spend cycles trying to figure out how to get this data. That's why they should go to a developer portal. After they tested and figure out how to get value of this data, they will focus on what they do better. They create amazing experiences for the digital world. We call them apps. And that's it. That's simple. By implementing 555 developer portal, 5 seconds to find a developer portal, 5 minutes to figure out how to call our APIs, and 5 hours to implement an MVP, in an automated onboarding process, the developers have all they need to start building apps. We can measure that impact for those apps, iterate faster, invest, and still being able to use our backends without affecting them or our developers. So from a developer point of view, what I will do is I will visit the Loyalty Digital Developer Portal from Kaleo, and I can identify the APIs that I like. For example, this Loyalty API product, which is the freemium version, as I'm not registered here right now. And I can find out more about the specific API specification, identify what are the parameters that I need to fulfill, and what is the expected response that I should get from the API call. I also can see the recommendation path and resource and check the same path parameters that I should use, as well as the expected product recommended based on my input. Okay, I will now sign in into this developer portal to get more access. So I will use my credentials here. And once I'm signed in, I can check again the APIs, and because of the identities of this portal, I can see that now I have two different API products. Gold, which has more quota to be used because I pay for it, and then I can also get some other insights on the possible better products that I could find on the portal. So what I will do is I will create a new app, and I will call it test app, testing the API product for recommendation. And I will select the freemium one because I'm just testing it, and create the app. Once I create the app, I will immediately see that I get an API key and a secret that I can use to call out these APIs and get the different resources that I need to create my app. From the point of view of the integration persona, there is no special skill set required for integrating with legacy. We use OpenLegacy to create frictionless integration without adding extra code in legacy and being able to automate all this process over and over again. Google Cloud Apigee, in collaboration with OpenLegacy, have created a CLI that helps integration engineers to automate and generate all the assets necessary within Google Cloud Apigee and OpenLegacy to expose that value assets that are inside of your legacy systems. Here we see how the tool works. From the integration persona perspective, if we go to the OpenLegacy Hub, what we will see is that we have generated different assets. The first one is the module, the AO key module here, and we will see that we have generated different assets such as this service with an input and an output expected of this API in OpenLegacy. Within the project perspective, we can also see the asset as well as the contract where we can manipulate how do we map different fields to the expected income of the legacy system. From the same perspective of the persona of integration, what we will see is that we have also generated using the CLI a proxy that actually translate that call into OpenLegacy with the use of the different policies generated by the CLI. If we hit trace, what we will see is that the request coming into the platform from the Apigee goes directly to the OpenLegacy and returns the expected value coming from the legacy system, in this case AS400. Finally, we will focus on the API product owner persona. This persona will focus on how the API product is consumed, who is the user, what are the user needs, and why do they need to use it, and when do they need to use it. The API product owner can easily generate API products using Apigee. They can specify the quota of these API products, the access, which proxies they will use for this API product, restricting the access based off resource or method or path, and then publish them into the API portal, specifying which Open API specification we'll use for that API product. For example, here we see freemium and gold. Then they can analyze the traffic they are getting, for example, the developer engagement, where they can see the top 10 developers that are accessing their API products. Also, they can see another dashboard, which is the geomap, where they can see where the requests are coming from. Finally, they can generate their own custom reports easily with any of the metrics of Apigee. Now, let's focus a bit more on the infrastructure. We have our backends and expose it with OpenLegacy. Then we integrate them with Apigee and extend the other services such as Salesforce to create an API product called the loyalty product. We will expose it in the developer portal and let the magic happen. Thank you very much. Please don't hesitate to contact us to know more about OpenLegacy and Apigee collaboration.